Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Listen, I don't know. Are y'all watching this with me, Love and Marriage Huntsville? I'm watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm watching Love and Marriage DC. And later on, Canelo from Canelo's TV, he's going to join me so that we can get into this episode, right? I'm still loving Love and Marriage Huntsville. It is not as punchy as it was originally, but it's still pretty good. And I see you're out there. Nexie, thanks for stopping by. Glad to see you. Bree Vlogs, thanks for stopping by. And Miss T, hey, thank you for stopping by. So listen, guys, hey Todd, thanks for stopping by. So you love Huntsville too. I still do love Huntsville. Miss D, thanks for stopping by. So I'm still hanging there, in there with it. This episode, it was pretty good. I did enjoy it. I really, really, really enjoyed the beginning, right? So the beginning, we start out in this, I guess I'm going to call it the wine launch celebration. Hey, Mary, thanks for stopping by. So we're going to call this the wine launch celebration of Inez Wine, right? And so they're still in the mansion and they're having like the final, I guess you want to call it like dinner celebration. And listen, I thought I heard that Martell said that he does not drink, or they said that he didn't drink. So good, Mary, you're loving Marriage Huntsville also. I'm glad. I have not watched, but after I have not watched, but after your review. Okay, yes, you gotta watch it. It was pretty good. I'm still hanging in there, but I know, Miss Gigi, let's hang in there. You know what? We might as well hang in there because we made it to the end of the season. Next week is the season finale, and then after that, they're going to have the reunion. So we might as well go ahead and finish this thing out, right? So, I heard that. Well, I believe that they said originally they didn't even know why Martell had did a wine because he doesn't even drink. But you see, he started drinking now, and Martell was drunk as a skunk. Okay, yes. Let me see. Yes, Martell said that he can't hold it either. Well, yes, and he sure did not hold that liquor well at all. He couldn't even get through his speech. His speech was a whole hot, drunken mess, okay? And I think, let's get to this Uncle Sam piece, right? So I get that you can be nervous, right? Because a lot of people get nervous. Like you got to say a few words. And that's why to combat the nerves, people actually write a speech, right? And so maybe he should have wrote something out. And that's where Malika, whatever his darn manager name is, that's where she messed up because she should have told him, you know what? Write out a few words to say at this final kind of celebration. So because one, he's not a speaker, because two, he was drunk. When he actually started calling everybody up there so that, he can do his speech, he did not call up Uncle Sam. So I think really that Uncle Sam was not pissed because Martell didn't acknowledge the grandmother a little bit longer. I think he was more pissed at the fact that Martell did not call him up there, but he called all of his friends up there, and that it was and that's his mother. No, he is not a drinker. It was evident in his actions. Yes, Miss Gigi, it was evident in his actions. He was done. It was a whole hot mess. And his speech, although it was funny, it was messy. Okay. I believe he got drunk because he was nervous. He definitely was nervous. And I think he was definitely now we know for sure, we kind of saw it a little bit, that Melanie was definitely the mind behind everything that they did, right? She was the strong person in their relationship. And he's like trying to find his way now. Also, you know what? I was shocked. Now, I don't know if I'm 100% right, but when I Googled it, they claim because of the book that he wrote, that Martell is now he's worth 20 million. I mean, I don't know how everybody's feeling about that. Hey, Canelo. Wait, Gwendolyn said Martell is a wimp. Melanie Cherie was his backbone. Well, you know what? Clearly, Melanie was his backbone. And yes, that speech was awful and disgusting. He was like, we never own anything. I can't even repeat that darn mess. We don't own anything. We should own stuff. And now here it is. Here's my wine, and I actually own it, right? Hey, Canilla, they saying hi. Dot saying hi to you. So the speech was a hot mess, but I really think that Uncle Sam was more pissed at the fact that he wasn't called up there with the rest of the guys versus Martell just not saying anything about, hey, Miss G, about, the grandmother. So now I will say this, because the uncle is pretty, like, he's a big guy, right? Hey,
Yeah.
the uncle is a big guy, but Martell wasn't backing down. When the uncle came to him and to speak to him about the whole situation, and he whispered in the uncle's ear, he's like, "Look, we're on national TV." That cracked me up. He said, "You do not want to say this." Go ahead, Canelo. What do you want to say
What I
about
was gonna say was, now I thought he said don't ever do this on national television. Is that what he said?
He said pretty much, he said, you can't take it back. He said a whole lot. He was like, you can't take it back. Don't do this on national. He said, don't ever do this
Do
on
this,
national TV.
but
He
he
said,
do it
don't
all the
ever do this.
time.
Huh?
He does it all the time.
Well, he does it all. You know what? I didn't even think about that, Camilla,
He
but you're right.
he does it all the time. And see, that kills me when you get other people that not really on the show to come on the show to say something. But I mean, I was with Uncle Sam. But see, this is what I know we ain't got to that part yet. But what he said down later on in the episode, he should have said right then and there. I
Well, he
mean,
was drunk. He was drunk, right? So we got
yeah,
to
he
give him
was.
a little slack for that.
I
Miss
can't
D said, "Wait, this is funny." Miss D said that Uncle was going to rip that.
look that Coming to America fur that he stole from Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I was like,
Oh
look,
God!
I'm not even gonna
Yes.
lie, Diva. Look. I was with Martell until he had that on, but I've always said if I was going somewhere fancy like the red carpet, I would have on
Mhm.
a white tuxedo trimmed in gold with a long white cape. I've always said I would do that, so I can't take that little moment from
So
him.
you related to his outfit, and Di really said, "Yep, I think Unc wanted to be acknowledged. He wanted to be acknowledged, but the uncle should have realized, one, your nephew is drunk as a skunk. But I guess he could say too, well, you knew your friends was there, even though you was drunk, and you called every last one of them up there. The uncle
Mm.
was pissed. So Malika did fail him as an event planner from start to finish. Yes, I do agree with you. That tasting with the women, Miss Gigi, I agree. In the launch, yes, and everything was lackluster. You are correct. Mel held that marriage and business together. He still has a ways to go. Yes, he does. I do agree with you in everything that you pretty much said. The uncle could have handled it better. You know what, Mary? You are correct also. The uncle could have handled it much better, right? Because one, he knows that Martell was drunk, but I think the wife didn't help. I'm taking it that that was the uncle's wife, right?
It was,
Um,
but what did she do? Because all I know, she was just doing all this. That's all I saw her do.
Well, I think Uncle Sam was pretty much telling her this is dead wrong. It's my mother, and she was agreeing, but she had the power to calm her husband down.
Oh, okay.
Because listen, I really don't think in that situation that Martell really meant any harm. He's not used to doing stuff like that. And again, he was just pissy drunk. He was pissy drunk.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Brendan said Martell was wearing his support fur.
I want to apologize to you, Diva, and your
Yeah.
and all your supporters. I'm over here eating dinner. It's a late dinner, so if I'm on mute and y'all see me hold my head down, I'm trying not to eat on camera, so y'all won't see it.
Okay, all right, no problem. It's
So I
hard
don't
to
want
get
y'all to think I'm being rude. I'm hungry.
no problem, no problem. It's hard to contain your anger when you're so passionate about something and he was hurt. I forgive Uncle Sam. He was in his feelings. He was in his feelings big time. When they got outside, it was a whole
Oh my
situation.
god.
But I'm gonna give it to Martell. He was standing his ground. And he also said, where's the respect? And once he said that to Uncle Sam was pissed. Um,
Because see now, how you gonna ask for where's the respect, but he feel like you didn't respect them. So it's like the Martell. I mean, even though you drunk, you have to have a little clarification. I mean, because he came up out that drunk real quick when that cameraman was. You better not come down here. Yeah, I better not come. I'm like, so you drunk enough to tell your uncle about respect, but you sober up real quick when that cameraman came down.
Well,
I'm
you
just
know what,
saying.
Canelo, I gotta give it to you, right, Miss D's. Look it up, maybe Google now, but I promise you, when I Google Martell's net worth, they said $20 million because of
Like,
the book that he came out with. So I didn't think
what?
he's putting out anything to make money and stay afloat. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how true that is. Martell is trying to find his way without Melody. Mary, he definitely is. He's trying to find his way without her. Melody actually would have planned and set up that event way better than Malika did.
Yeah.
At least you're not smacking it.
That's why I'm laughing. This dot is so crazy.
Is Marcel Tisa going to sell Martell bottled wine in black? Well, if I'm not mistaken, I thought that Tisa and Marcel, they have their own wine also called black. I could be wrong, but I really thought they did. Yes, Nisa, Mel made it look easy. Yeah. And see, that's where people get fooled when they're watching you. They they make something look so easy, then you think you can do it, but it
But
don't
it's
go
not.
down like that.
Mm-mm,
And now I
mm-mm.
really think that Martell is seeing that. Did y'all hear him say baby number 6? Wait,
Yes.
okay, who? The uncle or you
Uh-uh.
talking about Martell?
Martell. Martell.
You when he was standing next to the girl with the blonde hair?
Mm-mm. He said that last week to Marceau when they was in the strip club. Sure did. At first, I thought he was saying that to Marceau, saying Marceau had 6 babies, well,
Mhm.
5 babies, and Marceau was gonna have a number 6 because when editing splice it up for those little 30 seconds that you see, I thought that what he was saying, but no, he was telling Marceau that he's gonna have a baby number 6.
Yeah, he's crazy with that. And I hope I'm
Mm.
pronouncing your name right, but thank you so much for the super chat. I'm gonna say Tanika. You are an amazing content creator and so beautiful. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight for this review. So I thank you so much for that. I don't think Martell was drunk at all. He was just nervous and plain drunk. It's possible because and I did not catch that. Because what Canelo just said, Trina, was that he sure did sober up to tell them cameras to get out his face, and he sure did sober up to tell Uncle Sam to not do this on national TV, and to tell Uncle Sam that he was being disrespectful. Yeah, so you could be right, Miss D. I agree. Actually, I'm fed up with all these reality TV folks doing wine, skincare, hair, and fashions. Enough. But you know what, Miss Gigi? I think that they're at least smart in the sense that at some point this reality TV is going to go away. I don't know if their brands will last once their reality TV thing goes away, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. They have a chocolate champagne. Okay, so they have a champagne.
Oh,
I
that do
mean,
sound good.
with chocolate champagne,
Hmm.
does
It
it?
sounds good.
Yes, I heard Martell say that. Baby number six. It's
Tisha.
crazy. What
Hmm.
did someone did you know what? Speaking of that, so then he had the four. How many does Melanie have? Four.
Four. She has four
Melanie has
plus
four. Oh,
plus
Ariane has one. I did hear
coleslaw.
that. Yeah, I did hear that allegedly she was pregnant again. I don't know how true that is. Um, Remember when Martell told Mel she always had to be in the front, but now we see why, Ella. You know what? You are
Hmm.
correct. And even though he said that to her, he got a little jealous of her being like in the front.
You
Um,
saw that too, didn't you?
Yep, he was a little jealous. Yes. Um, hey Diane. So, that scene was interesting. It was intense. Uncle Sam, he got a lot of energy going on. Like I said, I don't feel that his wife helped much either. Because she had the power to calm him down. She didn't. Black chocolate in a bottle is $4.85. Case sold out. So wait, Dot, are you saying one bottle is $485? Or the case is $485 and it's sold out? Wow.
They
Well,
better have a diamond ring and some gold bars in there.
woo, how much? I don't know. Like, how much is like an average bottle of champagne?
I don't know. I think it's like I think it's depending for the cheap champagne. I think it's probably like between 50 to 100 at least. That
Oh, so then maybe she said it, Plum said it wasn't good. I bought two bottles. It's just okay. Okay. Yeah. And so Nisa, you said, yeah, yes, he was definitely jealous. He was definitely jealous of Melanie. But now he's seeing that life without Melanie is not as easy, as he thought it was going to be. The grass is not greener on the other side. And listen, not for nothing that Ariane, I watched a couple of her lives. All I could say is she's no Melanie, but it is what it is, right? So that's that. So yes, so Martell asked, said pretty much, he asked Uncle Sam, like, where's the respect? Okay. Uncle Sam, this what I will give to Uncle Sam, because he could have turned it up on the TV. He could have, even though Martell was telling him don't do this, he could have still went ahead and got down and grimy with it. But I'll give him that respect that he did not. Now they was in the parking lot going back and forth, but we really couldn't hear too much of it. But he did respect them up in the event. Martell has always been the jock type. That's why Mel was the brains. Has he passed the test yet? Don't do that.
nope,
Don't do that, Miss
nope.
Gigi.
She
Don't do
sure
that.
didn't.
Don't do that. Don't do that. So
Deep ain't
now,
gonna be straight, but I will.
so listen, Louis had an emergency, so he had to leave the event early. But then the rest of the guys, left together. Uncle Sam was not pleased at all. No, Uncle Sam was not pleased at all. He was done. He was like, "That's my mother." Okay, so now Louis left the event early, and then Tiffany and Louis. So we had the wives talking to the husbands about the trip once the guys got home. So first we see Tiffany and Louis together. Listen, they could they could stay or go, but I'm gonna be honest with you,
Diva,
they need to go, right?
Diva, let me cut you off, sugar. I love
Yes.
you.
Uh-huh.
They gotta go.
They gotta
She better
go.
not even show her face next season. I better not even see that curly hair of hers, because I would drag her and that bald headed husband of hers off the damn stage. They bring nothing and continue, Diva.
Listen, so Tiffany isn't attracted to Louis. I don't know what to make of those two. I think I fast forward through Louis and Tiffany scenes. Okay, so it seems like everybody's done with them. Tiffany and Louis are just not interested at all in their scene force. They do scene force. Hey, Amy J, thanks for coming through.
See, this is what I want to say, Diva.
Wait, listen, Canelo. She said Tiff and Big Lou could exit stage left.
See, everybody knows because every time I see them on the screen, I'm like, oh my God, do I have to talk about them? See, this
Yeah.
is the thing
So
with
so
her.
y'all saying they can go. Tiffany was just there after the bag. Yeah, I think, I guess first impressions are everything, right? They rubbed us the wrong way when they first came on. They did not recover because sometimes you can rub us the wrong way and you can recover and we'll accept you, right? But I think they didn't recover, and I think you know what? Maybe we need a new couple. We need a new
Yes,
couple to come through.
I'll take Stormy and her husband over them two. Stormy is a little bit more interesting.
Well, you know what? I forgot about Stormy. It's like she
Mhm.
dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh no, she's still on. They just ain't showing no scenes
Well,
with her.
but next week is the season finale.
Ain't it? Oh God.
Yeah, next week is the
What?
season finale.
I
So they didn't do too many scenes. Maybe it would have been better if we saw more of them. Yes, Tiff talked about being the motivator, the strong one, etc. She's always criticizing him. She is. I mean, I think we're over now. Tiff and Lou put on a big act last season. They have a lot of hidden issues. I can believe that,
Yeah.
right?
But see, this is what I
Um,
want to say.
mhm.
This is what I wanted to say about them. Tiffany always contradicting herself. This is the thing. She want to have a baby, but she don't want to have sex with her husband. Then she got too much time to give him sex, but you want a baby. Mel done called her out on it, and Lou has called her out on it. Kimmy has called her out on it. Her story is always contradicting everything she wants to do. So it's like we cannot follow you if you can't follow your own damn self. How you expect for the audience to follow you when you can't even put one, two, and three in front of you? I'm just saying because one breath she telling because you know that whole ride down to Utah. Oh, he doesn't have. I mean, I don't have time for him, but I really want a baby. And he keeps saying I don't have time for him. What did Melody say? Fine, you better find some time for your man. Then they up in Atlanta. I hope he don't find somebody up there because he ain't being fulfilled at home. But you want a baby. You want a me baby. I mean, oh, I said me baby.
Okay, with Candace. Okay, Candace. I don't know why I thought they said that next. I thought Carlos King said that the season finale is coming up. So Candace is mid-season, not season finale. Okay, thank you for that. Because I was going to say, well, we didn't really hear like is like what's going on with Stormy now. Okay, so that's good. Tiffany and Louis are like Monique and Chris. Shrek one.
Oh no, they're not.
Well,
Oh,
I think she
I
means
I
like
know she's.
in
I
terms
just
of
went
like
to
being
her.
they're like they're not giving anything to the show. Tiff and Lou are making up stuff to make them stay relevant. It's not adding up. That's what you're saying,
Mhm,
Canelo, and I believe
mhm.
that. Yep, you are correct. Tiffany divorced her first husband because he didn't make enough money. Now Big Lou isn't ambitious enough. Yeah, she got to get her life together, right? So yeah, so Dot said you are correct, Canelo.
See,
Okay, so yeah, so I messed up. Okay, so it's mid-season. It's not the season finale. Okay. Whenever she starts Tiffany talking, I fall asleep. Like
I'm like Miss D. I be like, oh my God, I gotta talk about D. I'm like, I have to talk about her. I'm like, really? I can't. I mean, because it's like when I have a lot of energy now. Y'all know Good and Dame Lester well. Everybody wants to drag Tisha. Tisha's a good drag. Wanda is a better drag because I love to drag her. But the thing is, when she comes on, I be so pepped up to drag, and then when she come on, I'm like, oh,
well, listen, no, Camilo. Nessie said no. Neither one of them want their man. So
I
that's what
believe
she
it.
means by Monique and Chris and Tiffany and Big Lou. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I can get
I can
with
see.
that. Tiffany husbands reminds me of Chris Samuels. Um, yeah, they're different. Those maybe they should go off somewhere and do a show together. They are overcompensating this season, and we don't care. Well, you know
Thank
what,
you.
Lisa, I hate to say that, but we don't care, right? So they talked about the trip details, right? He talked about how Lou told her how they had a focus group that was all women, and pretty much each couple, the husbands told their wives that it was this focus group that was all women. Um, Louis told her how he went to the rage room and he was raging out the fact that they don't have enough sex. Okay. Shotgun wedding didn't give them enough time to know what each other wants. So they had a shotgun wedding, Tiff and Lou. Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Tiffany and Louis. Oh, you said their snoozes, Amy J. Okay. All right. So Lou told her he went to the rage room, right? And Tiffany said pretty much, if you're, if sex is the issue, I will work it out with you. So that's Tiffany and Lou. Nothing big, nothing new. I think, like everybody said, they're snoozes, right? Tiffany and Lou just throw out things and hope something will stick.
Because see, I agree with Missy because the first thing, see, when she went to Utah, she could have used that whole time right there to talk to him about having, sex. She could have talked to him about that. She could have said, look, me and Lou, we done got it on because she bored Mel to death coming back to Huntsville, going to Utah, talking about, I don't know, I want a baby, but I don't want to have sex with my husband. I don't have time for.
Right. You know what, Nisa? I forgot Tiffany did throw that surprise wedding for him at the ballpark or something like that. I'm remembering now. Remember, it was just the first season they was on, they talked about. Yes, his surprise news with their wedding. That's true. I forgot about that. What was Maurice talking about with Munster? I think Maurice was just pretty much, you talking about when him and Kimmy were talking, Miss D's, when they came back from the guys trip. I think he was just talking about where Munster was at, like being away. I'm not sure. She planned a whole wedding and he supposedly knew nothing, just showed up and surprised with getting married on the baseball field. Not,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
I wouldn't, that would have been a negative for me. But yeah, so that's what Tiffany did. So now when Kimmy and Maurice was talking after they came back from the guys trip, y'all let me know how you feel, but I feel like Kimmy is a little insecure, right? So Kimmy was constantly talking about how she was pretty much good. She was strong in her spot until that picture came out and showed Maurice was really there where he claims he wasn't. So I really feel like Kimmy is really just, she's insecure. And it's like, the question she was asking him, did you touch somebody? It's going to come out in social media anyway. It was just, it gave me like her insecurities were coming out. Maurice might be trying to have some type of drama. You think that's what it is with Maurice? In the rage room, I'm hearing he said something about Monster not being motivated or something.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
He did.
He did say that.
But the other guys pretty much told him, like,
Your son is 15.
Yeah, he's a kid. These kids. Kids are kids, and the teenagers are teenagers. Now there's some rare kids that just know almost probably from birth what they want to do, and they stay focused. But for the most part, most of them, they all over the place. Martell was wearing Kimmy's support dog. LOL.
I cannot with y'all shady butts. All of y'all
shady. I cannot. That fur was too much.
It was.
Kimmy mentioned finding stuff on social media very insecure. I really do feel that way too. Kimmy is a Stepford wife. Kimmy, Miss Eves, we're gonna get to that. Kimmy is being fed that cheating stuff from Mel. Yeah, we're gonna get to that whole situation right there with Mel. Mel gotta let it go. Okay, Mel, there was a dissolve, and I like Mel, right? I like Melanie, but there was a dissolve in your marriage. That doesn't mean everybody else is gonna fall apart. But go ahead.
What I was gonna say is, but she is dropping some breadcrumbs. Now, where there's smoke, there's fire. Maybe it's not Maurice. We sure as hell know it could be Marceau. We know it was Martell because that made national news. So we know it was Martell. So it could be it could be Marceau. It could be Maurice. I don't think Maurice is stupid enough to cheat on Kimmy. But
no. Go ahead, Camilla. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm still over here eating. But what I was gonna say is Mel may be telling she probably telling her don't look so blindly into the relationship to where you miss signs like she did. And I think that's what she's saying. She's not necessarily saying he cheated, but don't close your
Well,
eyes
she's
on
saying, do
cheating.
you trust your husband? I mean, but
Now
we'll get
see,
there. So wait, hold on, Canelo. So
go ahead.
Kimmy is like any other woman. She can get shaken by information she does not know, but she keeps up that wall. She has cracks in that wall, though. Yes, she got cracks in that
Mm-hmm.
wall for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Best Eye. Yep, she definitely has cracks in that wall. Maurice was
Mm-hmm.
hard on Jalen too. He almost too pushy on the kids. Yeah, he was definitely hard on Jaden. I do remember that, Jalen. And Kimmy had to tell him to back up and calm down. He sure was, because Maurice is that guy where he has his stuff together, and he went to his law school and he's doing his thing. So he kind of wants them to have their life together too. But sometimes it doesn't go down like
No,
that. Oh
no.
wait, do you say Maurice is the slickest one?
Mm-hmm. I
Let
mean,
me
because you have to
see.
really look at. I mean, look at the mannerisms. Look how he talked to Kimmy when she got back, or when they got back from the guys trip. Listen to how he talked. Did you touch anybody? Oh, I mean, I touched, but it was in a motivational, but it wasn't like me, patting. I'm like, you didn't. And then look at how he said, when Kimmy said, well, why do y'all always, no, that was, what's her name? Tisha. Why y'all always go to the strip clubs? Well, we went there for the rings. Why the heck did you do that?
Wait, Dot Willie, yeah, they all seem a little sneaky, all the men. I am in agreement with that wholeheartedly, like 100%. Jeremy Speaks said it is best Maurice not patient with his son, but we should be patient with Martell, Marty Marr. Like, really, lawyer?
Look, I am not.
Um,
I'm
you know
not.
what? Because he did say that about Martell. He was like, "Listen, he's beginning his business. We need to be patient."
Oh, he
You
sure
know,
did. He sure did.
he
He
did.
sure
He said
did.
everybody is not, everybody's not a speaker. Maurice needs to give some people his office. Ella, yeah, he always in there alone. He's kind of reminding me of how when Phaedra was doing her lawyer thing, we didn't see that many cases. Okay, we
Well,
didn't see that many cases, but she had some. But yeah, go ahead,
what I
Canelo.
was gonna say is the buildings in Alabama are like that. I have no idea why they're not, because I'm from Birmingham. So
Mhm.
when you see buildings like that, they're not as busy as you think. It may like be two or three people. Like the well, I'm not gonna say that just yet. But when you saw Maurice's office, you may have like two, maybe three people go in. They may be busy, but it's not as busy as you would think, because Huntsville is not a big city. So Birmingham is a huge city, but it's the same exact way. So I don't know why.
Wait, Miss Gigi, you're making a very good point here. Mel needs to stop throwing out to the other woman the narrative about the cheating husband. I agree with you. Just because Hug did, I agree with you. That's not a friend. Wholeheartedly, I agree with you. Listen, because at the end of the day, if their husbands are cheating, it'll come out soon enough, and they'll handle it in their way, just like Melody handled it in her way. She knew about Martell. She hung in there as long as she wanted to, and I think she hung in there until he actually physically, that girl decided to have the baby. I think
Mm-hmm.
if she did not decide to have that baby, Melody and Martell may still be together to this day.
Today.
Um, yeah, I agree. Maurice talks in circles. Yo, those brothers talk in circles. But I have to say that Marceau is the king. He actually needs to write a book, okay? He is the king of talking in circles, and to the point where Tisha doesn't even know herself anymore. Like she's just wrapped up in his web.
That's master manipulating at its finest.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Maurice was really smooth when he did the wine pitch. Maurice was really smooth when he did the wine pitch. I actually liked all of their little
I did not like
rivalry.
Lose. I did
You
not
didn't like
like
Lou?
Lose. No,
I
because
mean,
that
it
seemed
was.
desperate. I mean, he was desperate and he was trying to hit on them women. I'm like, really?
Well, wait, Canelo, you want to know who was really trying to? Well, they was being overly friendly. I don't know if I want to say he was hitting on her, but he was being overly friendly, and that is Marcel. Because when the first dinner he was introduced, you kept seeing him introduce himself to everybody. Now I don't know if it was production being shady,
Could have been.
and then also at the launch, the final evening one, he was again introducing himself to these different ladies. He doesn't know how to keep himself to himself when he's around the females.
And
Okay.
see, and that's another thing because Martell, even though I haven't watched the season, but if you, I mean, I haven't watched up until now. But if you go back in the archives, because they have been hinted to something, Martell have said you need to watch He told Tisha she need to watch Marcel, and they also said that the Hulks were trying to break them up. But I'm starting to see what Martell is saying, even though a cheater knows a cheater. I'm sitting here starting to see what he was saying. Because if Marceau is sitting up here, introducing himself to the ladies, talking about fix me a plate. What do you think? Well, Tisha probably like, he was just playing. Playing
No,
my ass.
Dot Willie, you are correct. Tisa falls for Marcel's boat every single time. I mean, every single time. But we gonna get to that. Hey Sheila, thanks for stopping by. He also didn't have on his wedding ring. Wait,
Nope.
who didn't have on their wedding ring?
Marceau, and she is correct. Miss D is correct because he said, "Oh, I need to go put on my wedding ring." He sure didn't. Sure didn't.
Well, I
And
missed that.
I heard it, but I forgot to talk about it. And she is so right. He said, "Oh, I got to go put on my wedding ring," and I think he was off camera, but you heard the mic was still on when he said it.
I did. I missed that. So Martell's event planner, Malika. However you say her name, I'm with you, Nessie, but we know who you talk about. Has probably been his homie, lover, friend. Oh my
now,
God.
I'm gonna give y'all my theory after Diva read this. I'm gonna give
Wait,
y'all
in
my
the
theory.
past, a download type of thing, because she's not his public type. And trust me, Marceau knows some dirt. Um, yes, and yes. And I will say this to you, Nessie. I really felt like him and Malika, or however you pronounce her name, I felt like there's something more to it, right? And I felt like that. I really do. And especially when we get to the scene where Melanie tells us that what type of planner, and no matter how you feel about any one of the parties, quits the wedding 2 weeks before the person's event. I'm giving Malika the side eye. Well, male 2.0, whatever, however Martell refers
Oh,
to her.
she's male 2.1.
Yeah,
I'm
well, I'm giving her
1.1.
the side eye. I'm giving her the side eye because something ain't right. Something's in the midst with her. But go ahead, Canelo. What was you gonna say?
What I was gonna say was, here's my theory. Melnika sits there every time we talk. Every time somebody asks them, have they been, how long they've been friends, ever since high school. But we never did anything. I believe her to a point. I believe Martell wanted to have something with her. They almost did, but she never went through because of because of Melody. So when Melody comes in, because we'll get to that part in a minute, because the way she was acting on the telephone makes me think she wanted Martell first, but he ended up going to Melody. That's my theory. I'm just saying.
Okay. Supposedly all of them like big girls according to Arion. Yes.
Also, I don't know what the heck she talking about.
Well, no, when Arion said the linebackers, which I really don't like that term.
Either.
But Arion knows because she was there, and Yeah, it's messy. Malika quit, hoping that Melanie would call off the wedding. Miss Edith, that's what I was feeling. I was feeling like she really, secretly she wants to be with Martell, but she knows that he doesn't want to be with her. So she'll take him in any capacity that she can get. And that's why now she's his manager or whatever she calls herself doing for him. I'm giving
Mm.
her the side eye. Even though I know he's single and he can do what he wants, I'm giving her the side eye. I believe Martell got in bed with the wedding planner assistant. Yes, I'm
I wouldn't
leaning
doubt
towards
it.
that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I do believe that. Um, but I'm giving this 2.0 Malika the side eye. I think Martell touched that and married Mel. Yes, 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 and yes, yes. Malika has an arrest record 2012 with the real estate fraud allegedly. Well,
Mm.
you know what? Gwendolyn, it seems as if they all had a little shady past because after last week's episode, the mugshots I believe came out
Marcel and Tisha.
for Martha and Tisa, right? Yeah, so it looks like they all did a little something in their past that was questionable. So yeah. So yeah, Kimmy to me, you know what? You're staying with Maurice, so you got to deal with who he is. He's a Scot, okay, and apparently the Scots are the Scots. So right. So now, when Marceau and Tisa was kind of talking about everything that happened at the vet, this is the part that killed me with him. He told her, "You know, I do what I do," and I was
That's
like,
it.
that part right there, yeah. When he said, "You know, I do what I do," I was like,
See,
mm.
and see, that is the number one red flag. I do what I do, but yet you sitting up there looking at him like he's so funny. He gonna be funny all up in your face with another woman, and your behind gonna be crying for real, isn't he?
Listen, wait, Nessie, I'm so glad you're here, and you are correct. Marceau's wordsmithing skills. Yes, this brother right here, I'm telling you. He said, if sex is important to me, but not to you, then you shouldn't care if I outsource sex. Yo, this dude right here, when he said that, I swear to goodness, I wanted to jump through the TV. He's too much. He's
I'm
too
telling
much
you,
with that mouth.
cause he done screwed her brain up. Her brain is egg right now. It is eggs, scrambled eggs. Because I'm just like, really, Marceau? Really? I'm like, this makes no sense. And I mean, we all know exactly what he meant and what she's doing. He's so funny.
She
That,
actually in that instance, she told him, "Don't be funny." She gave him a look. The thing is, I think right part of it is she's dealing. Wait, that really said you are correct. Wait. Marcel is so crafty with his words. It's impressive. He's very
Mhm.
crafty with his words. He can have you thinking like, okay, is it me? Is it him? So I can see how after years of her being in that environment, with
Mhm.
him twisting up the words like that. That's why she's with Dr. Francis and she looking in the mirror trying to figure out who am I. He said died in that
Yeah, I
moment.
saw that. I was dying. That shit is so crazy. But see, I mean, see, this is the thing. Because, okay, we'll talk about it when we get to Dr.
No,
Francis.
go ahead. Oh, wait. Well, we can get there because pretty much I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything else when them talking, it was kind of the same old, same old. I mean, with the ladies in the house, pretty much all the couples was having the same conversation.
Patient,
It's
yeah.
just when he said that, and when he said about outsourcing the sex, I said I cannot do this with him. Also, toys with Tisha. She's not a challenge mentally. She
No,
is
she's
not.
not.
She's not for
No,
him.
she's not.
But you
Mm-mm.
know what though? It would take a strong woman to stand toe to toe with him,
And he
because
don't
he's
have.
calm about when he's saying stuff to you too. You saw how he was
Yes.
just laying in the bed, like when
Like,
he was
just
like,
so.
"Well, what happened?" He was like, "Well, you know me, I do what I do." And he was
And
just all
he's
calm, laying in the
calm,
bed.
collected. Like, I've been doing this for so many years. Like, but I need to tell y'all something. Y'all, please, Tisha is she is a poster child for do not drop out in 5th grade. And I'm gonna tell you why. We all say the word sex, right?
Uh-huh.
Why she say sis?
Leave her alone
So
now.
I'm
Leave
telling
her
you,
alone.
look, I have a strong Southern accent. I
Uh-huh.
have a strong Southern, and I know I miss my words some dang times. But did they put Miss One? They should, because she dropped out in kindergarten, so she should. But
Wait, listen. Let me tell you about Miss Wanda. I don't think so. I don't know why I thought next week was going to be the season finale, but someone is telling me that it's not. But listen, Miss Wanda, she does, whether we like her or not, she does make the show.
she do,
Um, she does bring a lot of heat to the show.
she do.
And who is going to speak up for Tisha if Miss Wanda goes? Okay, at least she brings out and she tries to ask Marceau the questions that need to be asked. But it is what it
Yeah,
is with him.
yeah.
Um, I
Now,
think that's what he wants.
well, Miss Dot, I'm telling you, look, until I hear them say that, don't drop out
Mm.
of do not drop out of middle school or kindergarten. Learning is fundamental.
Yeah, but you know what? Nessie is right. Do you
Oh, okay.
remember
I did not
Camilla?
know that. No, I did
Yeah,
not know
she
that.
did.
Did not.
I
I
do
did not.
remember that because she didn't want to used to do public speaking and all of that.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I actually do like her.
I
Do
like Tisha.
I do too. I think she's beautiful. I love the way she
Yes.
dresses.
Yes.
Um, but do I like the way that she's handling her marriage? No,
No.
but I wouldn't do it that way. But hey, but she's trying to keep her family together. I get it.
I didn't know Miss Dot. I just started watching this season, so I didn't know she had a speech impairment. But I knew that I wouldn't laugh, but I would still drag her. I mean, I would laugh at that, but I just drag her on everything else. Now that I know that, I won't drag her on the speech. I just
Right.
drag her on everything else.
Wait, listen. Here's this. Let me tell you this. So we have to go and somebody text me. I don't know how true this is, but that somebody saying that somebody said that Travis Barker was rushed to the hospital.
What?
Yeah, and that his daughter tweeted asking for prayers.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know. We have to look into that.
We got to look into that because I might have to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Travis.
I hope it's not what could possibly have happened to him. But yeah, somebody just let me know that. Chi-Town just let me know that he was rushed to the
Oh,
hospital.
she always give me some good information.
Yeah, she said he was rushed to the hospital and the daughter is asking for prayers. Okay. All right. So I just want Ms. Wanda to always make sure to put her eyeshadow on both eyes before a close up. See, y'all gonna leave Miss Wanda alone. Don't do that. Don't do that to Miss Wanda. So, okay. So our girl goes to Dr. Francis. I actually love Dr. Francis. Also, wait, Monique
Yeah,
King
I
said
just saw it.
TMZ
Yeah,
reported it. They haven't said
yeah,
the issue.
yeah. I just saw
Oh,
it up on. I'm looking at it right now. TMZ did break it, so they just haven't. What you just
mm,
read is true, so they haven't. Like she said, they haven't said the issue yet.
well, let's pray. I mean, they just got married, right?
Married? Yeah,
Oh God. If the daughter's asking for prayers, it gotta be
be
something crazy.
serious. It's got to be something serious.
Oh, that's sad. I hope we gotta pray for him. Prayers for Travis Barker. Okay, so Tisha's staying with Marcel so she won't go back to the
I said that. I said that. I was like, "Are you just staying with him so you won't have to go back
See,
to the?"
Nancy, don't do that. Don't do
I'm
that.
with Nancy on this because she is correct. Because I said the same thing. I said this man could sit here and cheat in her face. He could be sitting up here with another woman right in her face, and she'll be, he's so funny. Really?
Wait, so I was saying that the uncle is an investor in the son. So you're saying that they invested in this Inez wine? God don't like ugly. In my whoopee voice, everything he touches. Y'all are crazy. Like everything.
Y'all ain't gonna
Wait,
make me fall out this chair tonight.
I
I
know.
promise
Wait,
y'all
everything
that.
he touches, too, he do right by Melanie Holt and give her a real apology on TV. Everything he touches gonna be a mess.
I can't. I can't. Y'all ain't
Oh
gonna make me
my
fall out this
God,
chair. Y'all
that
ain't
is
doing
too
that
funny.
tonight.
All right, that is too funny.
I mean, I'm shady, but that was shade in the highest form.
Oh my God. You know what? Yes, do right by Mel. He messed up. And I'm telling you, I know this for sure. That wine event would have went totally different if she was involved.
Yep.
She was the mastermind behind their relationship. He lost a good one.
He
He
sure
messed
did.
up. And they were such just a beautiful couple that aesthetically the way they were together. They a gorgeous family.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's sad. So Dr. Francis made Tisa feel like she was too.
Hey, see, we're gonna get to that in a minute
Oh
because
God. Wait, she is so delusional. I mean, so delusional. I think she's saying because she know Mel would be right. I think she knew when Mel was telling her that Mel was right. She just didn't want to address it. She didn't want to accept it. But this whole thing, when he said to her, he pretty much, Dr. Francis didn't want to just come out and say, look, your husband is full of crap. He was lying to you. But he's right. You can't just get up and go to Africa. You can get up and maybe go to Florida or New York or something like that. But Africa, you need your passport, you need this. And that's why he pretty much was telling her, boo boo, that was not last minute. That was not last minute.
now,
Okay.
now let me tell y'all because Diva and I had this conversation before we came on earlier today. And I was telling her about that. She said, Kitty, wait to the live to tell everybody this. Wait to the live. Now, everybody, y'all remember in episode 1, this man told Tisa that he was depressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the chat, I'm quite sure all of us here has been depressed at some time or another. I've been depressed. Now, if y'all know good and well, you're not gonna be able to get back to bed. You're not going to be able to go to work. You're not going to be able to do anything that you know like doing. You're not going to have energy to want to get up if you're depressed. So my whole point is, like Ralph, you done went from Atlanta, skip like 15 beaches before you get to Florida, get to Tampa. So you mean to tell me you want to go all the way over to another continent to find yourself without your wife? And Diva did say that part, so I got to give her credit for that. She
Yeah.
said without your wife. But I'm
Without
not.
your wife.
But y'all gotta understand who does that if you're depressed. Tisa don't even understand. This man's supposed to be depressed. Why he's out of his bed on another continent?
You know what? And Canelo, this makes sense here, right? Missy said, she said he needed shots to go to Africa. So there's a lot of
Mm,
prep work before you can go to Africa. And that's why Dr. Francis, I mean, he was being very professional, but I
mm.
know he was like, come on, Tisa, like, come on. Are you serious right now? He
And
didn't just
she,
wake up and go to Africa. He said he might have told you at the last minute, but that was not his thought
thank you.
process.
Because like you said, like Miss D said, it's a prep, like you said, it's a preparation. Miss D said you have to have a lot of shots. And this was before, and this was during COVID. You know good and well we weren't having no international flights going in and out during that time. So I don't know where the heck she thought he was going.
Yeah, Nisa said with no phone, and that part right there, no phone, not even checking in on your wife and kids. Are you kidding me right now? Are you
I
serious?
smell a sting, and I mean I smell a real foul sting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Marcel, your slip is falling, bro.
Yes, it no it fell. I think she just not wanted to face anything negative about her husband. Dr. Francis was trying to show her the light, but Tisa only believes
Miss Gigi, you are correct. You are correct. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. I was in, and
Oh
I
my
told
God.
Diva. I told Diva I was in a relationship like that, to where you're so in love and so blind to love that you don't see nothing that everybody on the outside sees. The only way you're really gonna get tired of, the only way you're gonna break out of that is when you get fed up. She ain't fed up yet. He gonna play. I'm telling y'all, he can have a woman sitting right in front of her face. They could be doing it, and she will be like, "Oh, that's so pretty." Like, come on.
Yeah, yeah, Nancy. She said he met someone in there in Africa.
Mhm.
Remember, he told Miss Wanda she would never find receipts if he cheated. And that's the truth, because we can't find a dusting of receipt on him. But it's just high level speculation. So he got these women in check. His slippers around his ankles. Yes.
I mean, see, this is the thing. People who have been cheated on will actually know the signs. Marceau is, I mean, there's so many red flags around him right now that, I mean, not even a stoplight will hold a candle to him, but Tisha don't see it. I just,
Okay, so wait a minute. Let the redeemed say so. You said I was going to try on his wine, but Martell back with self was talking down about his clientele, calling us fat.
he
I missed
sure
that.
did. He
I missed
sure
that.
did. He sure did. I was like, wait,
Really?
what? He
I
sure
missed
did.
that. When did he say that?
I don't know if it was on the show or if it was on social media, but he sure did. He said that, and I was like, because I'm thinking it was at the dinner. No, it was at the dinner. It was at the dinner. He was talking to all the clientele that was in there, and most of them was like fluffy women. And he was like, I don't know exactly what he said, but I think he said it wasn't meant for fat people or something like that, or fat people shouldn't drink this or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly
Mm,
word for word, but
that's
Miss G,
messy.
yeah, let's
That's messy.
she said that correctly. He sure did, and I forgot about that.
So Monique said Tisa has no life skills. She's scared to leave Marcel. All those degrees and nothing to do or show for them. Yeah, she's not leaving. Tisa is deaf, dumb, and blind when it comes to Marcel.
I can't, and
Yeah,
that is
this
so
is what
true.
Camilla, this is what you're saying. She'll sit right there and laugh with all the evidence in her face. Yeah, I've seen some people be delusional. She takes the cake. Yeah, she definitely, I think they flew separately. So she's insecure and will never leave Marcel until she learns her worth. Yeah, well, she's looking in the mirror according to everything she's telling Dr. Francis, and she's getting her life together. But Dr. Francis is like shaking his head, like, girl, I wonder if Marceau is going to agree to go on this retreat, though. I
Miss
can't picture him saying yes.
mm-mm. Miss Augustine
Wait,
said.
so yeah, I see that. Go ahead, Canelo. You read it.
No, I was reading and she said, I'm with Tisa, protect marriages at all costs. Now, okay, Miss Mary, I'm gonna say this. Yes, protect your marriage. I'm the type that would tell you fight for your marriage if it's worth it. This ain't worth it. And I'm saying why. That man got 10 red flags hanging on him that's brighter than the traffic light. I mean, if the flag ain't beating her in the face telling her to get away, then I don't know what to say.
Well, you know what? She can fight for her marriage, but she should listen to Dr. Francis, right? Like Dr. Francis told her, he knows he could get away with just telling you anything, and you're
And,
going to be like, okay. So he doesn't have to do anything different because you're
mm-hmm,
not making him do anything different.
and,
Whenever he comes and throws something on her, she's just like, okay. She
and
needs to hire a PI, but you know what, Candace? Only if she's prepared to handle the truth.
And that's what I'm going to say, because did you not hear all them excuses she gave to Dr. Francis when he was telling her that Marceau had to, why he didn't take her? Oh, I got to get the children. I had to make sure they had a babysitter. I got to get them together, and I got to pack the clothes. But he's already over in Africa when you doing this.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. And then see, yes, they show the wine on the table with the lipstick on it. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Now Tisha is very smart and setting herself up for the exit if she finds some receipts. Tisha put Marcel onto building a hotel. Don't sleep on her. She ain't as dumb as you think.
No,
Okay,
I'm not saying she's
let
dumb.
the redeem say so. All right, baby.
Yeah, I'm not.
Time will tell.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying she's dumb. I'm just saying she needs to open her eyes. Maybe you might be right. I mean, let's redeem. You may be right, but I don't see it. I mean, I really don't.
I don't see it right now either, Trina. I'm saying ain't no way my husband going to Africa and leave me at home. I won't be there when he gets back. Girl, we would have had all kinds of problems. I'm sorry.
Oh, that
You
house would
you
have been
you you
empty.
going to Africa without me and the kids? No, I'm sorry. You could have planned that when they get out of school in the summer months, and we could have all went. Like how you tell your kids you had to leave for a month. Exactly. And yeah. And so and you're going for a
A
month
month,
and,
and
and,
we
and
keep
you
forgetting that
spring that
part.
on me? Yeah, we're not doing that. Um, Miss Gigi, I've lost all my wine because of you. Tisa need the bus, Mister Head open and think about heaven later. Let's see
Look,
here. Wait. Go ahead, Canelo. What was you
no,
gonna
no,
say?
I was agreeing with the comment because like, look, she better bust that head wide open, and then go to confessional later. 'Cause I'm like,
Exactly. So living in the moment said he didn't want to go to marriage counseling. I can't see him going on a marriage retreat. I don't see it either. It's going to be interesting. Her getting him to say yes. What's the difference between Tisa, Mel, and Kimmy? They all got played. Mel for years. Oh my.
uh-oh.
Oh my. And she
Mm.
got okay. The worst in Tisha, in my opinion. You know what? They all have their levels of denial and acceptance of what their husbands are doing and did. And so on that note, my thing is, do I want to save my marriage at any cost when it's going through that particular level of madness? Um,
I
I
wouldn't.
I don't. I
I
don't.
Because see, this is the thing. You got to think about your mind, your sanity, your peace of mind. Because when you going through that, you're sitting here like, okay, now, see, for me, if you cheat and I find out, the
Hmm.
trust is gone. It's gone. So it's like there's no way to rebuild it because I'm gonna be sitting here looking at the phone. I'm gonna be checking the emails. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm not that person. Once I
Right.
find it out, I'm out the door. So for Tisa to sit there and I mean, I'm all for advocating for your marriage. But when you knowing that he's cheating, and I know she knows, I know she do because ain't no way in the heck I'm gonna go over to Africa without my family for 1 month, and then tell you that I'm out here outsourcing sex when you ain't ready for sex. Come on now, I mean those are key words.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, he would have never left. That I would say that dude would have to buy new everything when he landed in Africa and pray he can get in when he gets back and sleep with one eye open. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying
uh
to tell you. How you promoting wine with no buyers at the gathering? I'm confused. Martell needs marketing skills because Melnika, thank you for helping me pronounce that, Willie Mae. Melnika is not the one. She's not the one. I think she's messy. I think the fact that she had all women at this tasting or whatever is super messy. Knowing that the other guys are all married, I don't know why the wives could not come. I don't like her. I'm giving her the
I'm
side eye.
thinking Martell was the one that told her to bring all the women because he said it in the confessional that he didn't tell the guys on purpose that it was going to be a house full of women. He didn't tell them. Him, Melnika, and I guess the other person that was there knew it. They didn't. Well, for Louis, it was a surprise because he wanted to jump everybody in there. So I mean, hey, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Mel has suffered the most humiliation on the show, but she has the women behind her. So that's what makes her money. Tisa is hated by women and her husband constantly disrespects her. You know, the woman, the fans do give Tisha a really, really hard time, right? Because they feel like she doesn't stand up for herself, and they feel like she gets gaslighted by her husband on a regular basis. And it's messy. I think, and then you know what? I'm not in agreement. You know, I laugh and yeah, you know, but I don't really think like she's just totally stupid. She's really ditzy.
Nah, I'm that too, but I mean, I opened my eyes to see the situation. It didn't take me no 20 some odd years. It only took me a half a year to figure that out.
See, and y'all messy talking about she don't want to go back to the other side of the track. I cannot fool with y'all tonight. I cannot. I cannot.
Diva, have you ever been to Alabama? Have you
Um,
ever been to Alabama?
no, I have not.
Oh, trust me. I was born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama. They are
Hmm.
right. It is the ghetto. So
Well, you
I
know,
can,
but the thing is, there's ghettos everywhere, right? There's
it
lower
is the
income
whole state.
neighborhoods like everywhere. Any given state, you can find the same mess that you find in any other state, right?
Um,
And I get it. She don't want to. She don't. You feel sorry for her. I get it. She doesn't want to fall back. Um, but to just accept everything that this man is putting out, you can still push back and you
and do
know,
something, have a
yeah.
backbone.
Yeah, so Malika, an event planner, she is not. Go, come on, Miss Gigi, she is not. What she put together from the book signing to the, you know what? I forgot about the tragic book signing. You know what? I forgot about the tragic book signing with nobody in the audience. Like, are
Diva,
you
I'm gonna have
kidding
you to
me?
do my book signing for me. I'm gonna have you to plan it for me because I want it
Yes,
to look that
yes.
dreadful.
Yes,
I want it to
come
look
on,
like
dreadful that book signing. From the book signing to the wine events, have been nothing. You are absolutely correct. I think we have voted her off the line island. She got to go.
mm,
To be honest, I think they're playing into the cheating for the storyline. I think so too. I will say that, Nisa. I think they are too. Gotta be because her delusion can't be explained.
Nisha. I want to believe you on that, Nisha. I really want to believe you on that, but I cannot because okay, Kimmy. It's let's say Maurice was cheating. At least she do have sense enough to wake up because she's asking all the right questions, even though he may not be. She asking all the right questions, and she's holding his feet to the fire. Where Tisha is not doing that. Tisha is sitting over there. Marceau is giving her breadcrumbs, throwing bricks at her face, telling her, I'm doing this. And she, he's so funny. That's all she says.
I know, but wait, you know what, Camilo? Willie Mae Jones, you have a good thing here, right? I forgot Tisa was sitting on that bed with that t-shirt on. I am enough. Honey, you gotta convince yourself. You don't gotta convince
That's
us.
us.
You gotta convince yourself. And she's gonna need some more sessions with Dr. Francis before we can even remotely get her on board here. She needs to have a babysitter on speed dial. When he goes out of town, I'm going too. She gets half by now in child support. Get your stuff together, Tisa. She sure does.
Miss D.
She would
Yeah.
have enough money to live. She really would. But you know what though? I honestly, this I will say about her. She truly does love her husband. She loves being married. She is a good wife, but it's just the wrong husband.
Right. I'm gonna say
That's just yeah.
I'm not gonna take none of that away from her. I'm
Right.
not because I believe that everybody should, actually want to be in love and be married if that's
Right.
for you.
Right.
That is for her. Like you said, the wrong man.
Yeah.
She needs to
Yeah.
get from up under that and find the right man because Marcel is just using her as his doormat. She's just a doormat for him. Whenever he comes home, he wipes his feet on her and keep it moving. And he don't even take her feelings in consideration. You saw when they was in the car that day when she went to confront him about going to that hotel, about that being his back. Uh-oh, I guess I'm in trouble. Then get in the car and she's asking him these questions. He sees she's about to cry, and he's talking about your mama don't know what she talking about. She ain't got no proof. Now, and then she gets on social media and shows us his back. We ain't never seen the picture, but Miss Wanda did. I'm quite sure that missing woman would have got on there and said that was his back.
Wait, God really said Mel told Tisa get a babysitter when Marcel goes out and follow him. She sure did. I remember that season. I remember that scene. She sure did. Because you know what, Mel knows that they all got their issues. The other men. Teen wife is her identity. Yeah, teen wife is definitely her identity. If she left, Marcel would probably talk her out of the alley.
Marcel gonna keep every penny that, but see, the only difference is he gonna have a hard time trying to buy scope from her. He's gonna have a hard time trying to buy all that from her.
Right. So she's not as dumb, right? Because she bought those what's his name, Martell piece of it, right? So
She bought the
you know
majority
what,
shares.
listen, Canelo, Nisa is right? Tisa's brainwashing started with Miss Wanda. She is correct. She is correct. Her own mother, yes, she is correct. I would be moving all his money around and leave him high and dry. All his credit cards would be changed to Tifa.
Miss D, I'm telling y'all, I'm not passing out for y'all. Y'all able to do me like this tonight.
If she was smart, she could even put a track on his vehicle. Oh my God. Well, hopefully she's listening. Y'all giving her some tips. Tisha got mad at Mel. She sure did. So let's move on, because let me tell you this. One thing about Martell's mother, she's standing by her son. Yes. She is standing by her son. So he goes to see his mom, and they're talking about everything that happened with Uncle Sam, and Martell is giving his side. His mother is pretty much saying she kind of understands both sides and to try to make it right. But Martell said he's been calling Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam will not pick up the phone. I can lean in to say, okay, I understand Uncle Sam being upset, but you're the uncle, even though y'all both adults now. You're still the uncle. Uncle Sam, we're going to need you to do better in this situation. I don't know how you feel, Canelo.
I'm laughing at a comment. You'll get to it in a minute.
Which one? Oh, my God. Oh.
I can't. But you know what? For somebody who's being from the South and that's from Alabama, MH is correct. I'm dead serious. And this is no joke. That is the God honest truth. When you go to Alabama, now all the people are not like that. But when you go to the other side of the track, for like where I'm from, that's all you see. And they could be straight laced people, but they give you that tease. It's like, because see, I had some classmates whose mother was a straight laced woman. She was no nonsense, but she loved her children. She looked like a straight crackhead with her jury curls, and she was real skinny. And I always said, "Is she on drugs?" And I was in middle school when I'm asking these questions. So MH is on. Is not lying. Really not lying.
So Gwendolyn said they don't have a prenup, Tisa and Marcel, so she's gonna be good. Uncle Sam is doing too much. At least he named the wine after her. Calm down. Nessie, I do agree with you, right? And clearly Martell is just not a speaker, and he did name the wine after her. Uncle Sam does need to calm down. She got them dope fiends.
I'm telling you, because I'm not gonna lie, she has she got the.
But you know what though, y'all? She's better now. We're gonna leave her alone. She better now. Yeah.
I love Miss Marlene. I love her. But I'm just telling you, this is from a state that I'm from, and I've seen it my whole life. So that's why I can attest to it. But I'm just saying. Like I said, that doesn't mean that they are. They just look like that. And right. And I gave you an example. Like, my classmate mother was not on drugs, but it was just the look that they.
It was just the look. This is interesting, and I do agree with this. I didn't think about this, Miss Gigi. Tisa did not have to do any planning. Wanda is a built-in babysitter. Very true. My here is the credit card. Code to the house. We're going to Africa. Be back in 20 days. And don't feed kid number 2 peanuts. He's allergic. He's so crazy, Miss
Miss
Gigi. But you know
Gigi,
what,
but
though?
she
She's
right.
right. She's right.
She right.
I didn't even think about that. So, but we knew when Tisa was talking to Dr. Francis, she was just giving excuses to try to make the situation seem better. But in the back
Mhm.
of her mind, she knows she got played. Oh, so you're
Very
saying,
hard.
so MH is saying that she believed the mother did not raise Martell.
Now I
Um,
don't know about that.
yeah,
I don't know about
yeah,
that.
I don't know. Missy said, I need my see, y'all, I'm not messing with y'all. I need
Hold on, but see,
Martell
the
to
mother
take
got
your
some
mama
nice
to the
hair
beauty
though.
shop.
For
Huh?
for her to be a crackhead, she sure got some nice hair.
You're
I'm
gonna leave her
saying.
alone. Y'all gonna leave her alone. She does. She's a trip. She looks like she really had a tough. The mother does look like she
Yeah.
went through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what though? I will say this. I do appreciate that she is 10 toes down for her son. And
Yes.
this the thing she did say that is correct, right? You cannot let your past keep dragging you down. Yeah,
Right.
he messed up. He was dead wrong, but he can't stay there in that space, right? He got
Mm-mm.
to move on and accept what he did. So the mother dropped some good nuggets to him.
And I like that.
Um, I
I
like
like
it
that.
too. She does need to check him a little more, but she does drop good nuggets. Producers need to dig into Martell's background.
Now you'll
When
find
you see
skeleton
Martell's
bodies.
a little aggressive. Because Martell's a little aggressive. Because even though Uncle Sam was bigger than him, Martell was toe to toe with Uncle Sam. And
Because
so he pretty much told Uncle Sam indirectly, shut your mouth. But go ahead, Canilla.
what I was gonna say is because when I saw that flashback of how he was talking to Mel all those years from season one up until last season, he has some anger issues. He really do. I don't know where that came from because y'all know. Well, we ain't gonna talk about it, but y'all know what happened a month ago down there in Huntsville at what's
Oh,
this.
them fighting that we're going to see
Mm-hmm,
next season.
mm-hmm. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just sitting here like, are y'all? I'm like, really?
Yeah, you know what? This is a good point. Again, Nisa, all the reason why those kids could have been with Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda needs money for this school truck. Mommy,
Mm,
I'll be back. And you're gonna get your check, so here you go. Um,
mm.
no, Tisa doesn't know that she got played. She's a little delusional, right? Wanda complained that the show she was tired of traveling all the way to Tisa's to babysit. That's why she wanted to move in.
Charlie ain't moving to my house.
Mm.
Oh, because she's
But
in Bessemer, Alabama. No, she's in Bessemer, Alabama. Oh,
I think it's a little ride. But you know what? After all these seasons, and Miss Wanda said herself that she gets paid. So why so move closer? Let's see what
mm.
kind of verbal acrobats Marcel will do when they go on.
Oh, I'm ready for that, Dundee. I'm ready for that.
And like you said though, if he goes, if
Oh, I think we seen the clip of him being there, and when when they did the season trailer when we got to see this. I think he was there because it was him, Lou, and and Maurice. They was out there talking because I saw Lou was he was crying. So I think he does go. So how he gonna get
okay.
there? How he gonna get there? We gotta find out.
Yeah, Mary, she does. She loves her son. Somebody
Yes.
said Mama Holt likes to drink.
Oh, she
Um,
did because she almost drunk up that whole bottle.
yeah, yeah. Martell should have been more respectful of his Uncle Sam and just apologize for his oversight. He was drunk, but not that drunk. But he did apologize, but Uncle Sam didn't want to hear it.
Now, see, this
He,
is what I want to say.
yes.
When we got to this part, because if Martell would have just said what he told his mother, like, I wanted to have a separate, event where people, who knew grandma all can come and I can basically, we can all reminisce and, talk about her because we all knew her. For people who did not know her, that was the time to do that. And, and if he would have just told his uncle, like, look, I'm going to have a separate event. This was just for me to launch the wine, and we're going to have something separate, and we're all, honor grandmother there. And that way, it would have been fine. But
Right.
he did not. And that's what I'm saying. If he would have just thought about that in the moment to tell his uncle, I don't think we would be going through this. What do you think?
Yeah. Martell's suit made him look like he was under attack.
Y'all is not gonna keep on doing this. I'm about to fall out.
Oh my God. Martell had one of Melanie's old suits, y'all. So
Ooh,
mean.
y'all so shady.
Mel needs to get him some clothes Martell out of the kids section. Well, you know how he likes to dress. So we're going to end this up with the scene with Melanie and Kimmy. And pretty much, Melanie at that luncheon they had together dropped a little bit of nuggets. She pretty much, I think this is what I don't like what Melanie's doing, right? And I think we said it earlier. If their husbands are cheating, let them find out in their own time, like you found out in your own time, right? And let them make their own decision. But don't start pushing them into making a decision. Because she told Kimmy pretty much, how do you trust your husband? Why would you let him go on this trip? Let it be what it be. Do you know what I'm saying? Let it be what it be. Go ahead, Canelo.
This is what I think Melody is doing, but she's coming off a little aggressive. You know how people say, well, if you know something, tell me so I can see the signs? She may be coming off a little too aggressive with it. She's coming too direct instead of just saying, well, look, I think more, because what she should have said, and she said this and should have left it at that. When Kimmy said, well, they all went to, Atlanta, and she was like, well, who? Martell. Well, and she was like, so what do you say? And she was like, well, it's not that. It's the person. She said, do you trust your husband? Yes. Well, why did you say that? Well, it's not that you don't trust your husband. It's the person that he's with that you should worry about. Now, see, she should have left it there. She should have said nothing else. Leave it there and let Kimmy be like, okay, so maybe Melody might be onto something because we all know Martell cheats. Maybe maybe my husband isn't cheating, but you don't know what Martell may do. Because look what he did. Had a house full of women, even though they were supposed to be for him, but they were still there.
It was dirty of him. It was dirty of him to do that. I will say that. MH said Mel comes across as bitter. She is a little bitter. Yeah. If Melanie is a friend, I could see her telling her friends about their cheating. But bring the receipts. Be specific. Yeah, I agree with that, right? But you also know, but Melanie already knows at this point that none of them really want to hear it. None of them are accepting it. So you already tried to speak to them about this. It doesn't have to be every time. Let it go. And let them see what they see about their own men at this point. Mel doesn't want them to wait 5 years like she did. But just like, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry.
But see, here's the thing. You waited 5 years knowing you're not going to help them because just like you wanted to stay in your marriage, they want to stay in theirs. So it's going to come in their own time. But go ahead. What are your thoughts on that?
What I was going to say was, now, see, and this is how things go because it's like if you didn't tell me, then I'm gonna cuss you out. But then if I know something but I still don't tell you, and I said, well, I tried to tell you, well, no, you didn't because it's like a double-edged sword. If I know and I'm telling you, you don't want to hear it, but if I don't tell you, well, I should have told them. Is all, and I guess that's why she's doing what she's doing. I'm not taking the for male, guys. I'm just giving like a scenario because if she knows they're cheating and she didn't tell them, and they find out, well, Melody, didn't you know? Yeah, but why didn't you say? And that's how it always is. I mean, You damn near
Doc
do.
Willie, I do agree with you. Marcel is he got them women in check.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mel in a way won her life back. Kimmy said Martell was a good man after he all he put her through. Nisa, she sure did say that Martell was a good man. So they
I don't see
all,
how.
yes, she did say that
No,
one
no, no.
season.
I said I don't see how. She did
Yeah,
say that. I'm just saying
yeah.
I don't see how.
Um, you know what? Here, no, Tisa kept asking Melanie to be specific. Yeah, she kept asking Melanie to do that, but at the end of the day, I really feel that they all know something. Like Kimmy is too insecure to act like she knows something, but again, she doesn't want to accept it. And again, they all don't want to be embarrassed like Melody was on on this whole show. But I think Melody has nothing to be embarrassed about because these situations they happen unfortunately more often than not,
Nah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why personally I think, and listen, it takes two. So I'm not saying that the man never has any responsibility in the situation, but I think as girl code, if someone approaches you and they know that they're married, send them back home to their wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's just my thought process on it. Send them back home to their wife. Do
Mm-hmm.
you really want a man that is cheating on his wife? And do you really think that one day that he won't return that same favor to you?
I was just gonna say the way
Yeah,
you got him is the way you lose him.
yeah. Mel likes to instill doubt and spin away. Yeah, but her bitter and nasty, but her bitter and nasty, consistently shows, right? Constantly shows she is not a friend. Stop telling them about cheating all the time. In time, if it's true, it will come out. I do believe. There's that saying that it said if it doesn't come out in the wash, it'll come out in the rinse.
What?
If it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't fall out in the rinse, it will definitely come out in the dryer. So
Mm-hmm.
it will all come out. Kimmy was strong in her spot until that picture showed up. But go
Thank
ahead,
you.
Canelo. Uh
Because
huh.
what I was gonna say to that right there was now see when all the melody stuff came out. Now, like I said, they want Kimmy and Tisha are trying not to get in that be the same way Melody was, but
Uh
they're
huh.
on national television. It's gonna
Right.
even if you don't do it on the show, even if it happens all season, it's gonna make the blogs. It's gonna make the internet. It's gonna be all over. And who's to say that on won't be there with the cameras to try to start getting it while it's hot? So you
Right.
can't sit there and try to hide that part of your life, but give us all the boring parts, but don't give us that because that's the main thing that's happening. Look, we talking about a fight that we won't even see till season 5.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, you
Right.
can't do that.
Listen, and I do believe this. That Willie Martell told Mel about the other guys. Yes, he did wholeheartedly because everybody does pillow talk. That
Mhm.
Mel lady was no good. um, Remember she told Tisa you won't believe me anyway. She did tell her that. Nessie saying she feels you, Canelo. Why would that Mel lady have all the women there? That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, she's talking about Mel, the event planner. I don't
Yeah,
like her. I'm giving her the side eye. You don't be messy. You're a female yourself. Even if Martell said I wanted all women to be there,
you
I would
should
have been
have
like,
did it.
no, I'm going to mix them up
You should
because
have did it.
everybody drinks wine. Kimmy was a side chick, so she doesn't care, especially if she would do a threesome. I wish my husband would ever ask. Well, he knows better after 35 years.
Miss Nita.
Listen, yes, 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 yes. So
That's
yeah,
I didn't know about all that part. Wow.
yeah, it's a lot, going on. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Cause
So
see,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I see where all of y'all guys are coming from about Mel, how bitter she is, and she needs to stop trying to say about the guys cheating. However, like I'm saying, even Tisa, they don't talk. But if she's telling her and warning her, and she finds out that everything Melody said was true, then she's gonna be like, "Well, you should have told me this," and you know how it's gonna be. Why didn't you tell me? You could have said, and then I'll be like, hell, I told your ass. You didn't want to listen, and y'all already know Tisha ain't gonna really believe nobody. He's so funny. That's all she gonna say. That
But
is,
yeah, clear.
okay.
You know what? This is a good point. I'll accept this, right? Having a wild night in Atlanta and having a 5-year relationship and a baby is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can connect with you there. I
Mm-hmm.
understand what you're saying. But you cheat and you cheat. You got to go. How many times do you tell someone Canelo? So she said,
MH, look, I can tell you to your blue in the face, but I'm only gonna tell you twice. Me, I'm only tell you twice. If you don't believe me the second time, when I have all the receipts and stuff, and then you come to crying to me like you didn't tell me. Here go the receipts. I've been telling you behind for the last 15 years, but you didn't want to listen. So
yeah.
get what you need.
Nisa, you know what? You're absolutely right. You're wrong if you tell, you're wrong if you don't. There are some women, honestly, there's some women that honestly, they'll end up getting mad at their friend that tells them
Mm-hmm.
versus addressing their mate. So it's a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mel is a bitter girlfriend that will sabotage your relationship with every fire. Listen, Miss Nisa, you're on fire. I cannot tonight. Misery loves company, and that is Mel.
That is true.
Listen,
That is true,
listen.
but I don't think Mel is trying to be bitter and misery, trying to have company with her for the sake of it. I really think she's warning them. However, it's coming off as being bitter. Because we only really seen it now. I don't know how many times she said it to them, but I know for this, she only to me, I think she's only said it like 3 times. One was her and T ain't talked the whole season, so it's probably been Kimmy like 3 times.
Yeah, but at the first, what is it, the Galentine's event,
Oh,
Melody
she
pretty
did.
much, she
Yeah, she
pretty much
did.
told Tisa again, like your husband is a
Yeah,
cheater
she
in some
did.
way, shape, or form. Monique said Mel, Martell, and Ariane have all named the same person for one of Marcel's mistresses. That's the only thing they have ever all agreed on. Yeah,
See,
I did hear that also. Um, so yeah, Wendy Williams always said, never tell if your friend's husband is cheating. Now she says she wishes someone told her.
see.
You know what though, Monique, in Wendy's case, she knew.
She
Um,
did. She knew.
she knew. And then, when your husband's funneling funds, I mean, it's one thing to buy the side chick something, it's another thing to buy her a whole mansion.
And the
Um,
baby.
Yeah, well, listen, the baby is the baby, but you buying this mansion with my money, it would have
Oh,
been all kinds of problems. I promise you.
don't
I
forget about
promise
the
you.
cars. Don't forget about the cars. They got
Oh yeah, the
repossessed the same
car.
day. got
Yeah,
repossessed
in the
the same
car.
day.
I promise you, it would have been all kinds of problems. It would have been all kinds of problems. And again,
Mhm.
to me though, again with the side chick, I know in her head she might be thinking like she won, right? And I'm talking about Wendy Williams, ex-husband now. I know in
Mhm.
her head she's thinking she won, but trust me, your karma is coming.
Oh,
Your karma
definitely.
is definitely coming.
Definitely.
Most people get angry at the person that tells. Yes, they do. I've
That's
seen it.
what
God willing, I've seen it a lot of times. They
I've
sure
seen it
do.
too. I've
And they
seen it
will
too.
stop speaking to you and they're going to stay with their man. I usually, it depends on who the person is. If it's one of my closest friends, I'll say something. But for the most part, I stay out of it because eventually they're going to find out.
Yeah. And
They're
then
going to find out.
then when they find out, they're gonna come to you is, did you know? And if you say yeah, well, why did you tell me? See, that's the whole thing, Dave. I'm telling you.
So listen, here's the thing, guys. That pretty much wrapped up the episode. Next week's previews, it seems like it's going to be really interesting. I kind of can't wait to see it. So wait, Monique, my cousin's closest fiance told me he wanted to sleep with me. I told her she didn't talk to me for 2 years. I
See,
believe it.
the same
I
thing happened
believe
to
it.
my mom. Same thing happened to my mom. My auntie's husband was hitting on her. My mom
Mhm.
went to her and told her she didn't stop talking to her, but she didn't believe her.
Yeah. You know what? It's a hard thing. It's a hard call to make. It really is a hard call to make because most women will stand by their man, and not believe you and what you're saying. It's hard. It's hard. I really like your reviews in chatty. Oh, thank you, Don Willie. Thank you so much.
I
But yeah,
love that.
it's hard. I don't know what the answer is to that, but I have two really, really, really close girlfriends. We've been friends for years. Um, for them, I probably would say something. For everybody else, I would tread lightly. Um, that's all I could say. I would tread lightly. I don't know. That could be a whole nother
Oh,
conversation for a whole nother day.
mhm. Yep.
So, but before we go, everybody, oh, look at you, MH. Thank you. Come back, Canelo. They said that's so sweet.
Oh, Diva gonna be on my channel, y'all. Trust and believe. She's always welcome over there.
Uh, so Canelo, just tell everybody your channel. Tell everybody your initiative that you're doing, and I dropped your video that they can click on in my description. But go ahead, tell everyone.
I appreciate you. You know I love the hell out of you. I love you so.
I
Now
love you too.
everybody, now everybody knows my channel is up on the screen when Diva move Miss Willie out the way. Y'all see my channel, which is Kimmy Loves TV. I do exactly what Diva does, but she mostly do lives. I do lives, but I do recorded videos mostly because look, I need some sleep. but anyway, as y'all can see behind me, I am writing a book, and the first book is already out. Diva has the pleasure of interviewing me on the first book, but I'm working on the second book. And I'm working on the second book, and I'm at a standstill. So I was trying to see if you guys could also help me if you can. You don't have to. If you can't, I understand. I still love you. But I was trying to get and I think Diva has the picture. Did I send you the picture?
You did.
Okay, she has the picture of my next book type of my book cover, and I was trying to get the book cover by the end of July because the my co-host from the radio station, Renee, as y'all probably seen on my channel, she's gonna put it in the commercial. And the guy that's doing the art for me, he has stopped on it because he needs me to, pay 400. And I was trying to see if I can, y'all can donate $1, $10, 15, whatever you got. I'm not picky, but I'm trying to get it so they can put it in the commercial to generate more publicity for the book because I have this one and the other one, and the radio station needed by the mid of July, and I don't, I'm on disability, so I'm just like, see, Miss Dot got the book. Miss Dot got the book, and I know she's see, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody who has bought the book, they loved it. They love it. But I'm also gonna unveil the cover for you guys on my live stream. Diva will be with me, so once I'm able to get it, I'm gonna. It's gonna probably, hopefully, within the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna unveil it. So
So Canelo, tell a little bit about your book, where they can get it.
I sure will. Now y'all know I love to talk about my book.
Yeah.
Okay, so as y'all see behind me, the main character is a play off of me. He's actually a prince that's going through a hardship where his planet is under destruction. I'm only gonna say they got 5 days to rectify this, or everything is lost. So he has to go through so many responsibilities to end up to try to get to his goal. But that's all I'm gonna give y'all because I cannot give you the rest because oh yes, Faith, I told you thank you. Oh, Diva, she has it all for me. I don't
But
know if
I'll put it in the chat while you're
I,
talking, Canelo.
okay. And so the second book, I'm gonna give y'all just a little snippet. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the second book picks up like a no, I'm not gonna say that because that will ruin the whole thing. The second book follows a particular character of his life. So you have to read the book. I can't give y'all too much because if I give you too much, you'll be like, "Oh my God, I can't." I don't want to give those secrets because I told Diva. Diva has all 10. She has the first 10, the first chapter, so she can interview me. But we're definitely going to talk about it when she interviewed me because I'm gonna give y'all some secrets now. So y'all have to come over to my channel so I can give y'all the real good stuff. But when Diva interviews me, you'll get it all. I'm just trying not to give too much.
Yeah, so I'll say this. Oh, look, you're getting subscribers,
I appreciate all
Camilo.
of y'all. Thank y'all
Thank
so
you
much.
guys.
Now,
So here's the thing, on YouTube, it's nice, like, we all become like a little family. We all kind of support each other. And behind Canelo right now is kind of like the cover of his
the
first book.
first book.
Um,
Hmm.
it's a really good book. It's about 40 pages. Am I right, Canelo?
Hmm.
It's an easy read. I want to say Amazon, right?
Yes, I forgot to tell y'all there is Amazon now. If y'all go to my channel, I do have the link in the description, and it's also up on my community feed as well. So I'm gonna refresh it for you guys. For those of you who don't know, I would definitely put it back up. But you guys, when I tell you, y'all gonna love the second book. Look at Diva. She already knows. She already read the first 10 pages. I'm telling y'all. And every book is going to be 40 pages because I know the average reader today in today's ages don't have the time to sit and read. Nobody has the time to read. So I want to make it 40 pages because I don't because but I've already decided it's going to be seven volumes, which is going to be 28. It's four chapters per book. You're going to have 28 chapters. So that's how I decided to do it. And I also have a friend who's going to do audio for me. Once she's trying to get a contract with audiobook, and if she does, she's going to take the first book and turn it into audio for me. So you
Which
guys
is
will
nice. It could be
right
on Audible. Faith, thank you so much. I
now.
really do appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Um, MH said, is it a kid-friendly book?
Now I was about to address that. MH, the first 10 chapters of this book. Well, no, I say the last three, the last page. Probably not, but yes, the rest of it is.
Okay. Canelo, mention your channel again.
It is Kenny Lowe's TV.
Yep. So go check him out, everybody. And Miss G said,
Thank
congrats on your
you.
new
Thank
book,
y'all.
Canelo.
Y'all have no
Um,
idea. Diva. Now Sherelle was supposed to interview me, but she's so busy. I asked Diva on the spot one night. We had Real Housewives of Atlanta. I called Diva. I said, Diva, would you interview me? Yeah, what you want to interview about? My book. She said, come on, let's do it. So I love Diva because
wait,
she
yes, Camilla, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
go
listen,
ahead.
they saying submit your book to Tyler Perry.
I met Tyler
Um,
Perry. I met Tyler Perry, and that man got a lot more on his plate than y'all really realize. That man, no, he's giving half of his um rights over. Not he's not selling his rights, but he's giving like his production rights to someone else because he's got so much on his plate. That
wow,
man is so busy, and trust me. I was
you
gonna
getting a lot of
I
congratulations,
appreciate y'all.
Camilla.
I'm
So
trying to do
yes,
something positive on YouTube. I ain't got time for that beef and stuff.
ah,
I'm trying to do
you
something
don't have
positive.
time. We got a lot to do here, and it's always fun to just have a good time and support each other. So,
Oh, one
listen,
more thing, Diva.
you're getting
One
all the
more.
congrats here, all the
I
congrats. Yes,
appreciate
babe.
everybody. I want to tell y'all this. After I get the cover for this book, I'm going into t-shirts. Each I will have 18 t-shirts. What I will tell y'all, the characters in my book represent no, they are the zodiac gods, but they're the originals before they got here on before we knew about the zodiac constellations and stuff. So I'm gonna have T-shirts of each zodiac sign. So whatever sign you like, I'm gonna have it. So it will be coming right after the second book.
Yep.
So
All right. So Canelo, I'll put all the stuff. I'll go back probably tomorrow because it's late for me.
I
I'll go back.
look.
I know. I'm gonna go back and I'll put all the stuff in the chat. And I did
I
put the
appreciate
video in
it.
the chat, I mean in the description, guys, so that y'all can click on it. But Canelo, best of luck with this
I
book.
thank
You're
y'all
gonna
so
do
much. Yeah.
extremely well. Keep writing, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
I
Keep
am.
writing. We gotta do your book signing and all that good
I'm
stuff.
on the third book, Dave. I'm on the third one.
I
It's
know
already.
you're
I'm
doing your
already the
thing.
third one.
You're
And
doing your thing, and we gotta come
yes,
back. I'm hanging in. I don't know if you guys are hanging in there with the Love and Marriage DC.
I'm
Um,
gone.
I'm hanging in there with Love and
I'm
Marriage
gone.
DC. I'm gonna try to squeeze in my review tomorrow, but probably not 8. I'm gonna see if I could come on a little bit before 8 because at 8 o'clock I gotta be front and center for what is
Beverly
that? Real
Hills.
Housewives of Beverly Hills. So
Oh,
we
and
have
it's
to
gonna be
see.
good. It is gonna be good, and I
Yes, yeah.
cannot
Yo,
wait.
Diana.
I can't
Diana.
stand her ass. I've seen.
Mm,
Look, I've already seen. I can't stand her, but look, it's gonna be good.
it's
I
gonna
can't
be
wait for
good.
Garcelle to drag her ass. I
Ah,
cannot wait. I
but
can't.
listen, Canelo, we gotta go. We
Yo,
had fun. I
yes, we
love you so
did.
much.
I
Thank you so
love you too,
much.
darling. I
Right.
love
So
you.
we'll
Thank
end it
you.
here and say good night, everybody. We'll see you
All right,
next time.
everybody.
They
Thank.
said dirty Diana.
No, she is madam, madam, not
My,
even
yeah.
dirty, madam.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye,
And thank you,
everybody.
everyone,
Thank
for
you.
supporting the channel with the
Thank
super
you.
chats. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.